Avoid people with money problems. Oh my, hear me out. I didn't say you avoid broke people, or I didn't say you avoid poor people, or I didn't say you avoid people with no money. I said avoid people with money problems. And this is the reason why I'm telling you to avoid people with money problems. There are a specific group of people who have the worst relationships with their money. Let me explain. This simple topic simply means there are these people. Have you ever find these people? They're earning good. Probably you find somebody is earning 100K in a month or even more. But this person, they have a very poor relationship with money. This person, when they get their salary, they all know about throwing party. In Kenya, they call them maluta continua, party after party. Every weekend, these guys are just having some road trips and road drives. Everyone knows, all these guys, they know the best and the newest club that has been opened. These people, you find like after some times they borrow a lot, not because that they don't have anything, but because they do not know how to manage their cash. They are poor managers. They don't even know what should be put where. They have no idea how money works. They are just there and they are very emotional. These are the people, you find them abusing me on the comment section on my social media. What are you saying about money is my money? Why would you advise me about the money? They have a very negative attitude towards any other person telling them what they should do with their money. These are people, even you find in their own particular families, let's say they are married. You find these people, they cannot be told anything. These are the people who you find like they are borrowing. These are people, they have unhealthy debt. Then you ask them, they are borrowing to buy a carpet, they are borrowing to buy that cooker, they are borrowing to buy that big Samsung OLED TV. And there is nothing wrong with owning Samsung OLED TV. It's a nice TV, it's a good one, but the way of owning it, that's where the problem comes in. These are the people you find they're chasing the iPhone each and every year when they are released because they want to have the newest iPhone. And by the way, there is nothing wrong with owning an iPhone. The problem is how are you owning it? You're not even yet settled financially, but you find they're chasing that. These are the people who you find that they are competing with their peers. These are the people that you find they want to do the designer clothes. These are the people you find that they want to live in a very posh, elegant areas. These are the people they strive and strain and struggle to show and prove to people that they are doing financially. Yet they are all over on your shoulders asking you, hey, would you mind to lend me some couple of thousand or something like that? Avoid those people. These are the people when you do anatomy of their finances, they have nothing that they have ever invested. Or these are the people when you sit them down, they'll know where they'll ever talk about investment. These are the people you find that even their families are complaining about how they're managing their money. These are the people who have been assigned or given some letters of warning from their jobs because of their behaviors. These are the people I'm telling you guys you should avoid them. Avoid people with money problems. When we talk about money problems, there are people who have a very sour relationship with money. There are people who you can't even tell anything when it comes to. There are people you see them literally messing with their money, but you'll be like, you know what, sir? I know I do not have any say on your money for sure. And by the way, kindly, the way I'm seeing things going here, it's gonna be up. Let's say, for example, you see your brother messing up in life. At the end of the day, they're gonna be the baggage to you. So you try as much as you can to tell them, hey, you know what, bro, you know what, sis, I don't think this is right. Or maybe your friend, if you have any. Because at the end of the day, if you are his friend or her friend, whom do you think they will turn to once the problem goes or once there is a mess? It's you when they're in a quagmire. What do you think they will have? When there is a conundrum, who do you think they'll go to? These are the people I'm telling you guys, you should avoid them. Stay away from them. Making sure that you know them from a mile. Be able to smile their presence from a mile, and then you turn the other side. Because otherwise, if you bring these people into your life, their money problems gonna be your problem. They're gonna suck in you into their lives, and once they suck in you into their lives, getting out of that particular conundrum or quagmire, it will be the hardest thing you can ever do. How many here have you ever had a friend that you tried to shake off his influence in your life? It was bad. It is very hard to shake because you guys, you are related into a lot. Have you ever had a friend who kind of ended up being your family member? Like this guy, it is there seated on your sitting when you're having a very private conversation, let's say from your home, and then you're comfortable him being there. Like this guy has been with you years and years and years and years. But there is that a particular habit that you find it so annoying, but you don't even know what to tell them. You don't even know how to shake them off. They are like, you get what I'm saying? And when I talk about people who have money problems, these are the people who changes their attitudes immediately when they get the money. I used to have one. And then you find this person, the moment you guys get paid, these guys, the voice raised, the attitude is up there. The guy kind of becomes arrogant. You find the guy is like, you have a lot of airs. I don't know if you've seen those kind of guys, yeah? He end up even being rude and something like that. And you find that this money, if this guy there gets money, I'm telling you guys, you can have a very rough life. Now, these are kind of the guys whom I'm telling you guys, be very careful. Because otherwise, these are the people you find like in your life, they're going to affect you big time. Now, what are these characteristics of these guys? You find they are poor financial managers. They are poor financial managers. What does that mean? There are people who cannot even know how to manage their cash. Let's say, for example, this is your colleague. You work at the same place. You get paid the same salary. And probably you have more responsibility that he is or she is. But he's all over your back. You know what? Do you have like 2K there? Do you have like 3? Do you have like all? Do you have 10? They're ever borrowing. Poor financial managers. By the way, let me tell you one secret that you already know, by the way. It's not even a secret. Do you know if you hang around with people who have a certain problem, do you know they kind of end up affecting you with that character and behavior? I don't know that you know that. I never used to understand this thing until I was a certain age, and I was like, I think it is true. The moment you hang around with people who are complaining about the economy is doing worse. Hey, you can't be successful in Kenya. Kenya, there is no money. Africa is doomed. Africa, we are poor because we were colonized. You find people are so negative. Do you know you even kind of assimilate that in your body and your system and into your subconscious to a point whereby now you start justifying yourself why you are broke. And even when you're broke and when you don't have the money, you don't find the reason to actually disturb your comfort, to get out of the comfort. You feel like, I think it's the norm. I mean, everyone is complaining. So I'm not, you feel like you're now you're blending in. But the moment you relate and work and change the environment, you get the people who are winning. You get the people who are buying cars. You find people who are investing, people who are selling, people who are making money, people who are, you be like, oh my goodness, I think it's only my world that there's no money. But these guys in this world, there is money. There is plenty. They speak of language of abundance. They speak the language of, you get what I'm saying? So it is very, very, very effective to whom you actually hang around with. So if you hang around with people who don't even know how to manage their cash, you're going to get yourself into the same mess, into the same problem. And this is what I usually do. I don't like doing this, but if I dare do this, then I'll find out the problem. When I meet somebody and he's earning good cash, when I say good cash, I mean like 100,000 and above in Kenya, and we're having a conversation, the guys are telling me that they're suffering in terms of money and whatever, and And then you tend to zoom in into the kind of guys whom they hang around. You find, hey, usually drink every weekend, by the way. Some even, they meet me when they are drunkard. Yeah, so there's some people whom we go for a meeting and then you see this guy, they are trying to not show it, but you can tell from a mile. This guy, he's having a lot of hangovers of like 2 days or a day ago or something like that. I can just smell that from afar. Now, you find these people, when you ask them, how does your lifestyle look like? Whom do you hang around with? Have they invested? Because birds of a feather flock together. So avoid these people who have money problems. So they are poor financial managers. Number 2, they are usually emotional spenders. They are emotional spenders. And the reason why these people tend up to be emotional spenders, one, you may have these guys, they have what we call the money traumas. They have money traumas where they were brought on, maybe they were brought in a poor background. Then they used to think like, hey, once I get the money, you're becoming bitter with your money. Like, once I get that money, you get those guys, they are making money with bitterness, they're like, once I get money traumas. Then you find these guys, they usually have what we call some habits and characters that affect them, either externally or internally. So these guys, they happen to be emotional spenders. They are arrogant, very arrogant. Dare talk to them about contacting a financial advisor, or maybe going to people who are investing or people who have different thoughts than we do, and try to jog our mind and see whether they're talking. Even if you won't do what they do. Let me tell you one thing. If you sit in a class where you're always the teacher, you have a problem. Sometimes change the environment and be the student, and you learn from people. Let me tell you one secret, guys. Do you know immediately after making this video, I usually go back and sit down and get taught. Because that's how you keep yourself, you keep learning, you keep learning new things. Because there are always people who are ahead of you. For God's sake, I'm making this video. This is like my third-ish year. There's some people who have been making this like for the last 7, 10, 20 years. You need to sit them down and have a conversation, or if not physically, then you can consume more than, like, you relate. We learn from each other. I saw some guys who are upcoming talking about money, and they copied me. They have a pen like this one, they have a board like this one, which is okay. They are learning. Although don't copy any whatever somebody is doing 100%. Just be, what am I talking about? Just be an individual who is innovative. Take that what is in existing, modify it, make it better for the sake of bettering the environment and where you live and something like that. So the point here I'm talking about is, you find these people are very arrogant. They don't want to be taught. And when, in most cases, when you're arrogant, you are ignorant. I don't know that you have never known that. Sometimes you find you're arrogant and ignorant at the same time. I've never seen something worse on earth than a fool who is confident. Well, can have a very rough time. So these are just but examples of these guys who have money problems. Relate with people who talk about investing, people who challenge your thoughts. They tell you, hey, what's the best time to do this? They tell you, hey, if you buy that, and if you done, people who joke about your mind, and people who tells you, people who, okay, fine, I know you guys, your friends, and sometimes you can joke, sometimes you can go through third party, whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4, but again, you guys, you're growing each other. You're progressing, you're moving from one level to the other. You're challenging each other for the growth, for the that. For me, I usually say 3 G's: God, growth, and goals. That is it. If it is not making me money or drawing me closer to God, please keep it to yourself. So those are the things that I'm telling you guys. Please stay away from these people who have money problems. I didn't say stay away from people who have or do not have money, or they are poor, or they are broke, or they are whatever. No, I said people who have money problems. They have the money, but they have a very rough and sour relationship with this particular money. Those are the people I'm telling you to stay away from, and make sure that you're very keen and cautious and careful, because otherwise you can mess yourself big time. This is Good Joseph. As always, I try the best I can to make such videos so that you can benefit from it and we can learn from each other, just like an iron sharpens another iron. So that we learn from each other. Anyway, if you need my services, that is my number. You can pick it up there, shoot me a call or text, and then we can have the conversation. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe. If you have not subscribed, you've been watching my videos without subscription, come on, go ahead and do that, because I upload this kind of videos each and every day. So for now, it's a goodbye, and see you in the next one.